All right, so I like Liturgy of Blood because you can do multiple things with it in a turn. Uh, it is an expensive removal spell, but it is an unconditional removal spell, and it does allow you to do multiple things in a turn.
But you
One,
have stuff to do for 3 mana often
yeah,
when you have 5.
I think you should with well, I mean, once again, we're looking at the example of if you already have Liturgy of Blood in your hand, and then you draw a creature. Well, now you're not spending an entire turn killing their creature at sorcery speed. You get to kill their creature and play another dork. So, or maybe you have 6 mana available and you Liturgy of Blood and you cast Diabolic Tutor for the Nightmare that's in your deck. So I like this card actually.
It is a sorcery, so it has a lot of things making it worse than murder. But you're right; it's still unconditional removal.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not taking it super highly, but it's certainly like fourth to sixth in my mind.
I think that's low for unconditional removal. Even at 5, I think it's a third to fifth pick.
Okay, I can get
And
behind that.
I have a hard time evaluating how useful it is to get a free dark ritual there. But
Yeah, but even without the free Dark Ritual, a 5 mana unconditional removal spell is fine.
yeah,
And even if you can't use the mana, it's still okay that you got to kill a creature unconditionally.
yes. And don't underestimate how simple core set limited is. That like unconditional removal will always be a good thing. So
Yeah.
if you
I'm
third
not
to fifth pick this, you will never be sad. And if the effect is useful, it might even climb to second to
to second to fourth.
yeah.
Yeah, I could see that. So what about Sanguine Blood?
Sanguine Bond.
Sanguine Bond, sorry.
There is a life gain deck, but if you play that life gain deck, are you happy for this card? Even then,
I don't
like
know that
you
you
draw
are.
Sanguine Bond and then not any life gain.
Yeah, so there's a card from Gatecrash called Viscopa Guildmage, and activating his ability required 1 white black, and that basically is what the effect was. And with that, with the Viscopa Guildmage ability, it came into play occasionally, but it was just sort of okay when it worked. Like, it
Uh,
wasn't the end of the game when it worked.
this is a card from Avacyn Restored, right?
I think there was a similar card in Avacyn Restored. I'm not sure if it was this card.
It wasn't this card.
I think the card from Avacyn Restored was a creature enchantment aura that did
Okay.
the same thing. I think. I don't recall that specifically because, like I said, I skipped Avacyn Restored. So
Yeah.
the way I view this is it's a 5 mana, almost do nothing enchantment.
It looks really bad, actually.
Yeah.
And if I have the life gain deck, I'll probably more happy just to have any blocker than this guy and this thing.
Yeah. It's like a finisher that's just not very good. So
And it definitely is a win more card for the life gain deck.
yeah. So I mean, we're rating this probably 11th to 13th pick.
Not even that high. I think it's the 13th to 15th.
Whew, man, that's rough.
Some people will play it and it will work for them, but they didn't really need it anyway, I'd say.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's fair enough.
It will only be good when you're winning and when you are maybe at parity. At parity is probably good, but
Oh, but Zephyr Charge. What kind of a card is this?
okay, that's interesting. Levitation was a very good card in Core Set Limited. That is, all your creatures gain flying, and this is like very expensive levitation.
It's a very expensive levitation, and The blue decks, are they really going to even want this card?
It looks sweet in a blue-green deck.
Yeah. It's a global enchantment that you can gain, or you can grant your Blastoderms, or whatever they are, flying. So,
Blastoderm is a bad example because he wouldn't get flying.
yes, Blastoderm would not get it. Imperial Store. Rumbling Baloth, that's what it's called in this set.
Yeah.
The 4-mana 4/4. So, yeah, I guess maybe the blue-green decks would want this card. But
I think blue-white has plenty of flyers, so they won't need it.
Yeah, so it's only going to need like only one real archetype is probably going to want this card, and
I think blue-red and blue-black will want it too.
So my arguments are just completely negated. I don't know. So you said Levitation's a pretty high pick, but this is not Levitation, right? This is a very expensive Levitation.
It will provide you the evasion you need to win, but it will not defend you. Oh, it will defend you against flyers, but it will be one less creature in your deck.
Yeah, I mean, I can see this as a 23rd card.
Yeah. I think that's where it's going to start out, and then we'll see how good it is. Yeah. But Levitation was a 3rd to 5th pick, and this is obviously a lot worse.
Yeah, so, I mean, 7th to 9th is what we rate 23rd cards, right?
Yep.
Alright, that's fair enough.
So let's try it there and see what happens.
Yep.
Halta's Reap.
Ultra's Reap. So, I like this card a lot. It turns your irrelevant creatures into cards.
From Innistrad.
Yes, this is from Innistrad. When I was playing this in Innistrad, though, Innistrad had a lot of the synergy like Gravecrawler. So I could always just sacrifice a Gravecrawler and bring back and then draw 2 cards, bring it back with Ultra's Reap. So Innistrad had a lot more synergy with Ultra's Reap, and also all the Undying creatures. Undying is not a keyword in this set, but I think Ultra's Reap is still okay, turning your worthless creatures into worthwhile cards. What do you think?
I cheated and read LSV's review on Innistrad. And it's he placed it at 2.0 on a 5 scale, so that's about 23rd card level.
Okay.
You always think that I can use this in response to removal, but that doesn't happen as often as one thinks. So it's often a cost, and you are 2 for 2ing yourself.
What about with the Howl of the Night Pack, though?
Yeah.
I found another use for it.
Yeah. But isn't it then a 23rd card that goes up in value if you find that you have a lot of synergy with it?
Yeah. 7th to 9th is still fine, though. I think.
Yeah, I think so too.
So black gets some artifact hate in the... Sort of.
Where did that come from?
I don't know. This is a really funny card. So you get to enchant an equipment. I don't think we've ever had an aura that only enchants equipments before. And at the beginning of your upkeep, if enchanted equipment is attached to a creature, destroy that creature.
What? Okay.
So this is sort of like a very, very conditional 1-mana removal spell. And this looks to me like it's a very, very low pick.
Yes. Will it ever kill anything?
It could, but you're going to have to wait a turn, for one.
So you have to wait for them to play a creature, equip it, hit you, and then it's your turn. You play this, and then you ha, ha, ha.
Yeah.
And then he must not equip the equipment to another creature, because then then that creature dies, of course, but
yeah,
so you'll get his worst creature
probably
some of the time.
Yeah, this card is just not very good.
I think this is 15th pick material.